looking forward to seeing him in the second half.
Time now to go back to Skilled Park on the Gold Coast as we see the Kiwis run out. And we'll go back to your commentary team of Phil Gould, Peter Sterling and Ray Warren.
Thank you. Our producer Matthew Callender. One of his lesser abilities is handwriting. Australians coming out now, and these little kids, a moment to remember. God bless them. The headgear on and everything. Good boys. So this test match is very much alive. 10-6. I thought Australia could have led by 20 points at halftime. The VB test match, it's referred to as the Anzac test match. I noticed, and really a lot of us still do call it the Anzac test match, but Darren Lockyer made the suggestion that it should be played on Anzac Day in the afternoon. And you know something, I agree with him. And that idea of Gallipoli, I think that is just a sensational idea.
What, play the Anzac Day test match on Anzac Day?
No, he wants it to go back and be played on the actual day in the afternoon. I agree with him. And he thinks that City Country should be moved forward to a Friday night prior to the selection of the test side. He doesn't come out and say things like that very often, but when he does talk, you've got to listen. And here's Thurston with a double pump in the second half. Underway now with Australia first use of the football, and Gallen goes up outside the 40-metre line. Been strong, Gallen, 16 tackles and 8 carries. The Sivanasiva reaches the centre of the ground. That tackle coming into the half-time was just a marvellous exhibition from Simon Mannering. This ball rolling down and Hohaya watching it and letting it go. Mannering, yeah, I didn't have a chance to identify him because Idris was off for the prize, and then this black and white blur comes out of nowhere, and it's Simon Mannering. Look at that for a rugby league tackle. Who does it remind you of? I would suggest Scott Sattler on that young fellow Byrne from the Sydney Roosters in a grand final not too many years ago. It's very reminiscent. Duffy's under that tackle. Don't look at me like that. It's as if you're saying you're getting carried away now.
No, I'm not.
Mannering's tackle was brilliant.
I'm admiring your ability with recall.
Make the best of it. Here's Jones, or Brown, I should say, Lewis Brown. You remember Lewis Jones? He played for Wentworthville.
Or was it Smith?
Now McKendry.
He's my junior club when he leaves. Wentworthville.
There's the kick from Marshall, and it's gone over the sideline.
You could see when that kick was put up, it was going to be difficult for somebody. Starting to skew towards the sideline. It didn't go where it was intended. We didn't land where it was intended. And in the end, Nightingale had an air swing on a ball he might have been better off trying to catch with support back on the inside.
What's the update on Greg Inglis now, Wally?
Well, he had full intention of returning to the field, but the half-time break, he cooled down a little bit. It's just a little bit too painful. As announced, he won't be back.
Gee, South Sydney are in the wars, aren't they? Sam Burgess this season, Roy Asatasi, and of course the jury is out at the moment on Greg Inglis. Here's Petro Sivanasiva. 8 metres away from the halfway line. And the ball across to Sam Thaiday, taken by Foran, who doesn't mind involving himself in defence. Kieran, his workload in defence is to be admired. I don't know that it's beneficial for his attack. Gallen in the middle of the ground. Back for Thurston. Turns it in for Ben Craig. He runs at a teammate in Nathan Feen. Club teammate, I should say. And here is Cameron Smith darting away, raking a ball back in. It'll go dead. Thurston was coming quickly. He wasn't going to give up on the play. Nightingale was there like the custodian that he is. And here he is again. Gus once described him as an awkward, gangly thing.
Oh, he's ungainly.
Ungainly, okay, that's the word.
Every time he runs, I think he's going to fall over, but he keeps running. They can't stop him.
Mark Gasnier was saying he's the strongest man at the club.
Did you see the way he got in behind the ball there so that he could see the attackers coming through, and he could time it without worrying about footsteps behind him as Mannering centre field?
He's a wonderful player. Simon Mannering. His value is not to be underestimated either, considering that he's one day got 11 or 12, the next day he's got 3 or 4. Here's Foran, and he puts it high, and oh, look at Slater. Jumping Jack Flash right up above the pack. And now Yao Yi. Watch Slater leave the ground here.
While we're watching that, Gerald Yao Yi has had the ball slip from his grasp. His attempt to get up and play the football, or at the end of the tackle.
Well, this now comes to time and place for Benji Marshall and Kieran Foran, because, and I said it at half-time, there's been very little goal line attack or goal line defence in this game. The crowds hardly got into it because they haven't got one team with their backs to their own try line. Well, here's a rare opportunity for the Kiwis to start a set of 6 within smelling distance of the Australian in goal.
So to the right side for Marshall, and it's with Kenny down. Hohaya waiting for the quick play the ball. There it is. There's the run from Hohaya. Gallen's got him. So they're 5 away. Second tackle gone. Australia behind the goal line. And it's a long ball from Feen, finding Marshall, who goes short to Matalino. That's how close they are. There's the chalk. Here's Nathan Feen, and he can't do it. Friday and Lockyer have got him. 4 gone for the Kiwis. Hohaya across, in ball McKendry. He'll thrust it back. It's taken by Jeremy Smith. And good online defence from Australia.
Well, a chance if they come wide this side of the Kiwis.
And here it is with Feen. He puts a kick across. And the Australians eventually taking it dead. Thurston was trying to get it to go dead and then thought, no, I've got to press the button.
Well, only the kick was so good, they've eventually got a result out of it, but none of his teammates on the outside knew that the dummy half was going to kick this ball. They're back nice and deep, they're ready for a play off Marshall, and Feen just kicks it. Well, there's no one through to chase it. But the ball was so well placed and just bobbled in the in goal, they eventually get the line drop out, which is a great result. And that's what we need, more of that goal line attack defence, people under pressure. That'll liven things up real quick.
Lovely drop kick from under the bar from Cameron Smith, and a good carry back by Matalino. He'll play it just outside the 30-metre line. Hohaya turns it in. McKendry is grappled to the ground by Gallen, who left the ground to tackle a much bigger man. Jeremy Smith, quality player, isn't he? Everywhere he goes, he takes with him a sense of success, and now he's hurt. He's clutching down at that left thigh.
You talk about the work rate of Paul Gallen. Now, what number has he got on his back tonight? He's got number 13. So what position is that, Rabbits? Number 13. In the old days,
what is this, a masterclass or
well,
something?
in the old days, it's a lock forward, isn't it? But I can tell you,
He
Paul
plays
Gallen,
like a front row.
well, that's where he's playing.
Yeah.
He's called a centre player. The number 13 these days is not a lock forward. He plays in the centre of the field, and with a lot of clubs, you'll find their number 13 starts to look more like a front rower. And there's a train of thought, even from New South Wales' point of view, that man there, in number 13, could be the best front rower in New South Wales. And he's playing virtually front row for Australia, even though he wears number 13. He's had 20 tackles. He's had 9 hit-ups. He went down the right-hand short side to set up that try for Yao Yi. But most of his work's in the centre of the field. So it's the changing face of rugby league, the way these players are positioned. There's Jeremy Smith in 13. He's not a lock forward, Rabbits, is he? He's not a Ronnie Coote or one of them fellas.
Johnny Raper. I tell you what, you're echoing the voice of Ron Massey. Everything we just said. Here is Foran folding around. Ohio joins in. Friday has got the clamp on him. 12 out from the line. And to the short side. Foran. Oh, he bullets a pass and it's missed everybody.
Had he picked up the right man, there was a try there somewhere, but he managed to elude every one of his options. What's this? There's a chance here. Who gets it? Well, that's the other play before.
I know that it's an ill-directed pass, but I still blame the men on the outside for not having depth. They want to play safe. And I know a lot of it's to chase you on the kick, but an extra metre or two at speed isn't going to make a whole lot of difference when they arrive. But all of a sudden, hitting a man on the outside on the chest is enhanced by that touch of depth.
First man to apologise and recognise what Peter Sterling just said was Matt Duffy over on that left wing. Here's Ben Cray now. Out towards halfway. 9 minutes of the second half gone. Australia have had very much a territorial advantage as Thurston's kick will be brought back by Ohio. Nightingale's gone back, putting the hand up, saying, come on, bring it over here to me. He's with the ball now, and Nightingale is put down.
It's a nice kick from Thurston, but if he had his time over again, he might have run that. He developed a nice little 3-on-2 down the short side there and didn't explore it. He just put his foot to the ball. They could have been off and gone down there.
Lewis Brown played it, and this is Duffy with the ball now. Very tall, athletic type, in fact, probably about the same build as Jaral Yao-Yi.
Well, I mistook him for Sean Kenny Dow earlier. It just looked like Duffy with the ball.
Marshall, play away to Harrison. Nightingale got his pass down to Harrison. And Harrison trying to stay in the field of play. The ball goes back and Nightingale goes back and cleans that up as well. We'll finish up here at 3 o'clock in the morning cleaning out the garbage bins and cleaning the ground up. Jason is doing everything. Now Yao-Yi. And Brown has got him. The jumper and flung him to the ground.
Well, that's a little result there for the Australians.
Hodges! 10 metres on New Zealand's end of ground.
He's incredible out of dummy half. You know he's going. It's a different story stopping him.
It's not hard to pick him going. He loves that little play. He loves that involvement. The 17 for Australia is Cade Snowden. He'll play it 27 metres out. 4 changes made by Australia, 7 by New Zealand. Cameron Smith, the dummy to Sivanasiva, flat for Gallen. Gallen looking to get the ball carrying arm free, but the Kiwis have got him down now. Moi is back there. Played for Smith. He goes for a little kick on the short side, and Ohio takes it dead. Line dropout. 10-6. No change to the halftime score.
And now some pressure for the Kiwis. Let's see what set pieces Australia have worked on during the week. Their coach Tim Sheen said it was best to leave it to the Queenslanders because of the Queensland dominance in this side, particularly amongst the playmakers. So we want something reminiscent of a Queensland origin play here somewhere.
Well, it's a very, very slow restart. He took up as much time as he could benching Marshall to give his troops a break. Didn't get a great kick away, but it bounces a couple of times before Friday retreats. Makes it to the 30. Isaac Luke into the game for the first time. He could cause some problems.
Here's Hammett now on the 20-metre line. Play centralised by Australia. As Smith goes short for Snowden, and he is upended and driven back. Under the shoulder of Isaac Luke. Cameron Smith, dummy to Hannon, dummy to Gallen, dummy to Thurston, gave it to Cray. And Isaac has come on for Nathan Feen. And here is Gallen again. Marshall's come up out of the line. He shoves it down. Thurston gets it away. And the 17, Snowden, is with it. He goes to Mannering, and Mannering puts him away. So Lockyer assembles his troops on the right. And there's the left foot kick, the banana kick. Thurston's after it. Oh, great save, Marshall.
A brilliant save, Marshall. He read that from the other side of the field, that both Slater and Thurston were calling for the ball in the middle. Lockyer will go to the right, but kicks back to the left. And Marshall came out of the line, wide on the right-hand side, to read that play and pick it up for his team. Brilliant, brilliant play.
Moy then. High tackle there, and the hand has gone up from Snowden.
It's my only disappointment that Marshall playing for New Zealand prevents him from playing Origin football, because some of the things he does have got Origin class written all over them. And we see a penalty here against Australia. What's that, for a high shot, Rabbits?
Yeah.
Yeah, came up off the ball there from Cade Snowden.
That's the first penalty of the game. First penalty of the game. So we flew this bloke 12,000 miles out from England, and he's finally put the whistle in his mouth. He had to get on the scoreboard somewhere, Rabbits, didn't he? It's a long way to come to blow your whistle once,
So if
Rabbits.
he'd blown it 21 times, it'd still be no good.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's funny, isn't it?
I think he's done a marvellous job.
He's going terrific.
I didn't know he was out there.
I wasn't bagging him.
Okay, here's Madalino with the ball.
I just said it's a long way to come to blow your whistle once, isn't it? We could have got you to do that.
Luke now. Would you stop patting me on the back? You're disturbing the binocular. Here's Luke with the ball now. 28 metres out from the Australian line. 10-6 to score. And Hohaya got rid of Gallen, but he didn't get rid of Snowden. Cronk is about to come into the game. Here is Jeremy Smith, and he's not done with yet. Now he is. 10 metres out, 5 tackles gone, centre of the ground. A chance for the Kiwis. Benji will kick, will he? Yes, he does. It's gone down in behind Morris. Morris will battle to get back. Morris is going to be put to ground.
Did you see the right arm dangle there, Rabbits?
Tenacious is the word.
He nearly dangled the arm down there, and we could have had it go anywhere. A little bit of a smile from the Kiwis. They're starting to feel better about this.
And the next try is really growing in proportions now. And the Australians could kick away. It might be the springboard to success, but if New Zealand can get in front, their self-belief will grow. And that was a good effort by everybody concerned there. Morris did his best to get back in the field of play, resisted the pass. And another restart for Darren Lockyer under his own posts.
I thought we were going to have one of those terrible in-goal moments where someone couldn't resist the urge to pass.
It's Madalino taking it back, running away from Hannah. He got a ball away. Mannering got it on. This is Brown down the left side. And so close to that touchline. Now they should sweep it right back and across. Here's Isaac Luke wanting a piece of the action. 5 metres out from the line. New Zealand very deep away to the right. Foran's on the left side. Moy takes it through the ruck. Third tackle. Luke again sweeping. Foran for Mannering, and Mannering taken down.
But yeah, you heard on the far side, they go the short side.
That might be over. They might have got the ball down here. The
Held up.
Kiwis. Now it's held up.
Moy.
This was great.
Brown, sorry.
This was great defence by Yao Yi and Hodges on the previous play, which has led to Yao Yi being down injured. They really read Kieran Foran's short pass well and came in on Mannering. And I don't know what happened to Giral there. He sort of flops out the back and didn't feel too good. Hodges wasn't really up. Burrowing in Lewis Brown, who loves a dab from dummy half. And it's Billy Slater that gets in underneath and holds him up. Good work. Nice defence. He doesn't feel well at all, this boy.
Concern about those cheekbones. His head was right under the falling Kiwi ball carrier. So
Might be a head clash here or a nose or something. Oh, bang, yeah, Justin Hodges punched him in the nose.
Actually,
with the open.
yeah. Hodges was the one underneath the fallen player that I thought might have copped something across the nose area, but it was Giral that copped the shoulder.
So what tackle are we? This is the last now, so New Zealand Brains Trust need to have come up with a good finish to this. They are spread deep and wide to the right-hand side, all the way across the field. So do they explore there? Benji Marshall, he's over in centre field. Maybe they'll explore, and if it comes to a halt, they'll get the kick in late.
Massive crowd here. When I say that, I've got to explain that it's a capacity crowd, and it's got a nice atmosphere. Oh, they've knocked it on, and it's Ohio again. Right in the middle of the focus was Lance Ohio.
We had 100 things going through his head except catching it.
He's the most experienced Test player in the New Zealand outfit, and he knows it.
Good.
So Ben Hannant now, beyond the 30-metre line.
Australia's only 4 in front here, Evans.
Cronk is out there. Ben Craig carries it to the 40-metre line. Cronk again. And he could well have the same effect for Australia that Isaac Luke might have for New Zealand. Here goes Cooper again. And he takes it inside the 40-metre line. Cameron Smith replaced by his Melbourne teammate. Lockyer's kick down to Ohio.
Oh, Sam, no, Jamal Idris came in with the shoulder. Didn't bat an eyelid, Lance Ohio. Just watch this. Idris comes in.
It was like a car crash.
Nightingale.
They're tough, aren't they? The little blokes in our game are so tough because they're playing against such big men.
Moy running off a dubious pass from Isaac Luke. So they're out now to the 30-metre line, the Kiwis, and there's Marshall going in, finding Sean Kenny-Dowell, who tried to put his nose through. They look to have numbers on his outside. So it goes to Marshall, and he puts the right foot to it. And Slater watches it. It angles away towards the touchline. And Slater is there, but he's taken by Lewis Brown, I think it is. Yes. Back on the Australian 30-metre line, Yao Yi. One of, I think, 11 or 12 players to be involved tomorrow night in that top of the table clash, Brisbane and Melbourne. I'm talking about the Albury match as well as this. I think there's a total of 12 players involved. And obviously we don't know who's going to be in, who's going to be out from a top of the table clash at Suncorp. And here is Thurston. He's beaten one. He doesn't beat Adam Blair. Lockyer comes to the short side, puts a kick in. It grubbers down to Ohio. And Lockyer is around him. And he's got it out to the 30-metre line. Australia certainly no thoughts about their record of losing just 2 of their last 20 tests against the Kiwis. What they probably are being reminded of right now is the loss of the World Cup in 08 and the Four Nations last year. And here is a little blemish from Isaac Luke.
This could be crucial.
Well, they went nowhere in 3 tackles there. They were an ordinary start to the set after they defended quite well, and midway through their count where they picked up a couple of metres, Isaac Luke just loses the football. Carelessly placed there, and as he gets up, and it pops.
Okay. Up to Australia to punish them now for that. 26,301 tonight's crowd. I think that's capacity. I don't think you can fit many more in than that.
No, you can't. It's 900 short of capacity, or should I say short of the record crowd. So yes, you could get another 900 in. Here's Ben Hannant playing the ball. Thaiday crosses the 20-metre line. Isaac Luke and Sam McKendry making the tackle. And then Cronk, he dummied to Scott, went second man Thurston, who went short to Craig. Left foot step from Craig. And the Dragon will play the ball. And Cronk Gets it on to Thurston. Thurston inside ball for Jamal Idris. And Idris is put away. 7 metres out. 7 metres away from the Kiwi line. This is their last tackle, the Kangaroos. It's gone to Thurston. He got a kick in. He had to hurry it. It's taken by Thaiday. Coming out of the line is Foran. There should be an overlap. It's gone off the boot of Hodges into the in goal. Oh! Was it Hohaya? Was it Yao Yi?
Wow, what about that?
It was inside the dead ball line, I can tell you that much.
He doesn't look that excited, Yao Yi.
I think it's the other little fella.
Body language, well, he's got the hand up now with the high fives, but it was wonderful work from Sam Thaiday at the end of that. Thurston gets nailed as he's about to kick, so it goes sideways. Thaiday, hand off to Darren Lockyer. Lockyer, it's Hodges, I'm sorry. Left foot kick here, steps back on the inside. Chaser on the outside is fine in Yao Yi. And he's got to turn and hightail it, Lancer higher. Oh, gee. Has he got the hand around in behind Lancer higher, who seemingly had it covered and then pulled out.
Well, that hand has missed the mark. That hand has missed the mark, and there's no downward pressure there.
No, that's not right.
That's on the line anyway. And it doesn't look like Hohaya has got a touch. So it'll come out to the 20-metre line for the restart, if I'm reading it correctly. And even if Giral did get a hand to it, I can't see any way there's downward pressure.
No, this will be a 20-metre tap. When this is over, I want to highlight what makes Darren Lockyer a great player. Because without his awareness, that play wouldn't have been kept alive. Lockyer's play, when they kick across field, Lockyer's in the middle of the field, and he immediately senses, look where Lockyer is, and it's a bad kick, so he goes racing back in behind Thaiday. Now, if he doesn't make that effort, the play ends there. They're the little things that make Darren Lockyer such a great player. Other players would stand and watch. He said, there's a chance here I might be needed, and got around him to keep the ball alive.
He really knows when to press the button, doesn't he? He knows when it is a good thing to get urgent.
Well, that's experience, because you've seen it all before. It's like a movie you've seen before. You know what's coming next.
Moi.
Well,
Moi Moi's lost the ball.
which is a shame, because he was the only player in that set that were going forward.
Take a break from the Gold Coast. It's 10-6. Kiwis just unable to build some sustained and consistent pressure.
Cooper, heads in this time. Don't just put your hands on there. Line tight. Get heads in, Cooper. Come on, get it in. Ball in. Out.
So here is Hodges as we welcome you back to the Gold Coast. 10-6 Australia in this mid-season VB Test match. Score line at this stage looking rather similar to what it was at Amy Park last year. Here is Ben Hammond on the Kiwi 20-metre line. Chance for Australia. Here is Thurston, here is Lockyer, now Ben Quay. Beautiful tackle from behind, chops him down, Sam McHenry. Cronk, it's gone to Lockyer, he goes across to Hammond. And Hammond is put away on 5. So Cronk looking for Lockyer, goes to Thurston, then Thaiday! And they hold him up. The Australians force from behind, but it's held up in goal again. The order from Richard Silverwood.
It's always more exciting when there's goal line attack and goal line defence, isn't it? This game has been played between the two 20-metre lines for the majority of the contest, but on the few occasions where we get goal line defence and being under pressure, the crowd comes alive. There's nothing in this.
Well, let's just see how New Zealand handle getting out this time from their own end. had mistakes in the play, the ball from Isaac Luke and Fui Moi. They're struggling to get forward. And as Matt Duffy goes out, he gets nailed from dummy half as we go sideline to Wally Lewis.
Yeah, I agree with you, Peter. The Kiwis are making absolutely no territory whatsoever when they've got the ball in their hands. There's another mistake. Australia back on the attack.
Hannon picks the ball up and gives it to Thurston. And Slater comes up out of the deep. And Slater is tackled. It was Moi again, so he's had an unhappy couple of minutes, hasn't he? Fui. Here's Hodges again, proving to be so elusive.
Well, this is where you would expect Australia to lay claim, to take advantage of those 3 errors. That's only the second tackle now, already inside the opposition 20. Lockett to the left.
And he finds Matthew Scott, and Scott still making ground, even though he's travelling backwards. He'll play the ball 7 metres out from the line for Cooper Cronk. Are Australia about to cross? Thaiday, Slater, batted on by Hodges, picked up by Yao Yi, and Giral is tackled. Nice piece of work by Hodges. Cronk again. And now for Lockyer. He got away from Isaac Luke, and he was pulled down by Moi, who tackled as though he owed it to the team. Now it's out to Thurston. He puts a little kick in. Oh! Nothing good was taken in the air. This will be a penalty to New Zealand.
He fell awkwardly too. Let's hope he's all right here. It was a courageous, no thought of self-preservation as he leapt for this. And I wasn't sure how heavy the contact was from the Australian, but it didn't take much to flip him. Well, let's have a look.
Yeah, it wouldn't have taken much because he's up there vulnerable. Idris comes in, shakes the legs, and he's landed extremely awkwardly. Courageous and spectacular.
Now that's what the mid-air challenge rule is all about, that whipping the legs out from under the player and turning him upside down.
We're going to check on Jason. We'll be back in just a moment.
You can't tackle him in the air, okay? You put him into a dangerous position. Okay, we don't need any more of that, please. Stand back up. Okay, mate, wait.
Well, back at Skill Park, and Jamal Idris has been reprimanded and penalised by the referee. There was no indication given by him that he was placing him on report. And there was a chorus of New Zealand supporters calling for a send-off. As the ball is played by Blair for New Zealand in the middle of the ground, and Mannering with a carry that takes him some 8 metres further down the track. The Kiwis are $5.50 to win this match. And it's knocked on again. Well, they're not going to win it while they keep doing it. Here's Billy Slater taking the advantage. It's a sprint race, but Slater is going to score. Slater scores after Bronson Harrison had knocked on.
And Ben Hannett came up with a big play for the Australians. Looked like they'd avoided the trouble, the Kiwis. They've been down their end for minute upon minute. And then with only 12 to go, Bronson Harrison, he was put under pressure. It was a difficult pass to take. And Australia, they couldn't score from 38. Well, Billy Slater has come a lot further than that. There's the ball going to ground. Ben Hannett picks it up, offloads beautifully to Billy Slater, bursting into a gap. Isaac Luke did his best, but Slater too quick.
Well, I guess it had to happen. If you keep making the mistakes at the rate the Kiwis were making them, sooner or later a team of this quality was going to hurt you. And then probably a bloke that you didn't expect would be so fleet-footed as Hannant would get it to Slater. So Billy Slater has scored now his 18th try in 14 test matches. What a marvellous, marvellous play. Ben Hannant, well done. But New Zealand just made so many mistakes. Back-to-back mistakes. Thurston's kick is lovely. Straight over the black dot. Thurston converts. Slater, another try.
You know, thousands and thousands of times Ben Hannant would have done training drills and warm-up drills and skill drills where he picks up a rolling ball and passes it to a teammate, and the big front row will be thinking, why do they keep getting me to do this drill? I don't do this stuff. That's for someone else. And there it is in the 67th minute of a test match. The big front rower gets down, picks up the ball and gets the ball to his flyer. That's why they do those drills over and over and over again. And he wouldn't have even thought about that. It was just instinct to pick it up and hand it off to Slater. Brilliant stuff.
So I guess that updated TAB Sportsbet information can be thrown out the window now. You could have had $5.50 New Zealand, a victory for them. They would have blown dramatically now. But they were only 4 points behind, and the TAB Sportsbet people were betting $5.50.
And if there's no more tries, Slater scores the first and last try.
16-6. 16-6, you're right. Yeah, we're back to the first try, last try, aren't we? And Slater got the first, paying $8. And again, $8 to score the last try. As Thurston's kick is taken on the feet by Nightingale, who seems okay. Thank God for that. Now Ho-Hire.
And after that last try was scored, Cameron Smith went back out for the Australians. There's another mistake.
Dear, how many are they going to... Idris is away! On debut, looking for the line. Did he get it down?
I think he did.
Referee Silverwood wants to go upstairs, but Jamal, he may join a couple of other boys, the rookies, scoring on debut.
Yes, both Yao and Duffy have scored tonight. And have a look at Matt Duffy try and get in the road of that behemoth. Brave stuff from Matt Duffy, but a big man that close to the line, really there's going to be one winner. Jason Nightingale out of dummy half. Ball comes loose when he makes contact with the ground. And Idris, off a diving pass from Cameron Smith on the outside of Bronson Harrison. There's Matt Duffy doing his best. Comes down short of the line, but momentum takes him over. And I see that as a try.
Yeah, that's a try. And again, Cameron Smith with that beautiful little pick up and pass skill drill. 2 tries in a row from exactly the same thing. Loose ball on the ground, a forward getting down, picking it up and getting it to a faster man. And Jamal, big bad Jamal, well, he was always going to be hard to hold out there. On debut, the big fella.
Crowd at Skill Park lapping it up now as Australia take advantage of a raft of New Zealand mistakes.
I know you don't have much time to think. Matt Duffy here, look at that coming towards you. You just say, please, why me? And Tim Sheens, a smile on the face finally. A nervous night for the coach.
Yeah, it's a smile of relief. I mean, the 2 tries in the second half have come from very unusual circumstances. They really haven't created one. Their first try came from a bomb, so they've really only created the 1 try in the 70-odd minutes of play.
Thurston again from the same spot, and this one is hooking. It's hit the uprights and bounced back, so it's no goal for John Thurston. It's 20-6 Australia. Wally Lewis is on the sideline.
Well, these really have been tries on a plate provided by the New Zealanders. The big fella managing to chalk up his first test try. Here is the first one that came from Billy Slater. Just have a look at the referee. He knocked over Lance Ho-Hire. He probably wouldn't have caught Slater anyway, but didn't have a chance of catching him. And the Keno replay shows on the second occasion it was just real power from the Australian replacement Jamal Idris that got him there.
I'm reminded as Darren Lockyer unloads that this is his last Australian Kangaroos jumper on Queensland soil, but we will see him in his last Australian appearance in these colours at Newcastle at Osgrid Stadium on a Sunday afternoon, October 16, and tickets for that will go on sale soon, so knowing the Novocastrians, they'll pack the stadium there for that. Sunday afternoon, October 16 at Newcastle. Australia versus New Zealand in the second test match of the year. That's before they both head off for Four Nations. Cronk and going across and showing it before trying to slip through. Sunday we'll show you the match between top of the table Dragons and Cowboys. And it's almost been taken by the Australian following through, Yao Yi. The referee has ordered a turnover.
Well, Lancer Hire again not showing a great deal of urgency. Gave the catch to Yao Yi. Unfortunately for the New Zealand number 1, Giral unable to take it.
Yes, Dragons at home to the Cowboys, who've been probably the surprise packet of this Telstra Premiership, haven't they, the Cowboys? But again, we'll see what impact rep football has on Sunday's teams. Ben Cray thought he saw a knock-on in there from Matalino. And Nathan Feen goes to Isaac Luke, so both their dummy halves are out there. He got the ball away. Adam Blair is with it. And Blair is tackled 5 metres short of halfway with about 6 minutes of the test match to go. We'll go to Albury for City versus Country shortly. That ball has gone out there to Brown, who passes to Yao Yi. There's a problem there because they're not playing together. And Yao Yi comes back to the ball. He got rid of Benji Marshall and is now tackled by Bronson Harrison. Wow. Giral Yao Yi. What a debut.
Wow.
Barehanded now with the ball.
Wow from Yao Yi. Look at that. He put him into orbit. That was a collision.
He bounced straight back up, Benji, headed this side of the field, get back in the defensive line. Matt Scott drives it forward.
I'd love to see Australia construct a nice try just to finish off. They've been fairly limited tonight, haven't they, really?
Thurston thought about Cronk and he pulled out of it because Cronk was in front of him. Here's Lockyer. There's that left foot kick back into the middle. Slater's after it. And Lance O'Hire is tackled in goal.
He got a good bounce, Lance O'Hire. He was the favourite to score there, Billy Slater, until the bounce took it away from him. Second or third time tonight, that cross kick back under the post has caused New Zealand some problems.
So he still would have been the last try scorer.
He still might. Well, yeah, he will.
Is there a market for scoring the last 2 tries?
I think Australia's got another try in there. I think the Kiwis are spent here. It's now well beyond them, and it's just like Queenslanders to post one more before they're finished.
Matthew Scott. Yep. I think he is the best front rower in the game at the moment. And undoubtedly he would have been watching this man for quite some time. Petro Sivanasida. What a player. What an ambassador. Here's Idris again, looking for number 2. Well, it's hands, knees and bumps-a-daisy in there. Played by Jamal. Long ball. Cooper showed it to Petro. Dummy. Step left foot. Now for Slater. Slater to Hodges. Hodges is trying to make a gap here for Yao Yi. And Giral has put a foot on the line. I've enjoyed this. It's been riddled with some New Zealand mistakes, particularly in the last 10 or 15 minutes, but it's always held your attention. Scoreboard held your attention until Australia got out to this 26 lead.
You've been spending a bit of time with your beautiful daughter Holly lately, have you? The arms, legs and bumps-a-daisies.
That's wonderful commentary. I love my Friday nights with rabbits.
I think it goes back to the dances at Junee when I was about 15 with the brill cream and the stovepipes and the dancing pumps, Peter. Hands, knees, bumps-a-daisy. And the hokey pokey was big in those days too. Put your left foot in and your left foot out. Here is Harrison. Stop it. 20 metres out.
I wonder what parts of the world are listening to that conversation and saying, who is this man? Who is this man they call rabbits? This is going all over the world. legs and bumps a daisy. Who is this man they call Rabbits?
Matalino plays the ball. Kieran Foran joins in. Mannering did well. Brown does well. Now it's with Duffy. And Duffy will play the ball. 40 metres out from the Australian line. Matt Duffy, he's done well tonight. He's the only newcomer in their team. Lovely ball, Marshall. Big dummy, Kenny Dow. Right foot step, but Idris has got him. And that's turnover time. Oh, Kenny Dow, he didn't want to know about, he didn't look to want to know about Nightingale. Jason was there was space. See it again. As it spears out from Marshall, hits him beautifully. That was when he should have passed it. I think Nightingale would have been gone. I mean, it doesn't really matter at 20-6 and a matter of 1.5 minutes left in the game. Win Jubilee is the venue for that match on Sunday between the Dragons and the Cowboys.
That'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to that. They've been big improvers, the Cowboys.
Home game again for you.
You've got to love Jubilee at Coburn.
This is Blair. And now Matalino upended and put away. Second test match, October 16 at Newcastle. You should put that in. Here's a big pickup by Foran. He puts the banana kick back to the middle. O'Hara has scored. Well, what a test match for Lance O'Hara. I won't go back into the negatives, but he's finished with capping a brilliant try, laid on by Kieran Foran from Manly.
That's the best try of the game. Lovely ball from Benji Marshall to hold it up. Beautiful pickup from Foran, the dummy. Not easy to kick off the right foot back in field, and O'Hara was just too desperate. More desperate than those around him. Lovely ball there from Marshall. Look at the pickup from Foran on the fingertips. Then the dummy to beat Hodges. Now the right foot. Oh, that is clever. That is really clever football from Foran. What a talent.
Well, Peter Sterling describes him as the best young talent in the game. And there you saw this man judged the best in the world at the moment, Benji Marshall, linked with Foran, and O'Hara, the most experienced player in the Kiwi team, scoring a try to end his night on a positive, a personal positive, but from a team point of view, he'll be most disappointed. 20-10, Australia has won the VB Test match at Skill Park. Incredibly, they had not played here, the Australian Kangaroos, but the New Zealand Kiwis had. So there's another record. Australia playing an overseas nation on a ground that Australia hadn't played on, but the visitors had. There's one for the trivia buffs. Tremendous crowd. It was just, we think about 800, 900 short of capacity. This wonderful stadium has seen the VB Test match won by Australia. As we take you out onto the ground, here's Wally Lewis.
Well, Jamal, you got to represent Australia for the very first time. How is it feeling?
It's the best feeling in the world, and I'm stuffed. It's the fastest game in the world.
And you've done it the right way as well, managing to chalk up a try on your Australian debut. You'll be talking about this for years.
Yeah, I tried not to smile, but I couldn't help it. As soon as the camera turned off me, I was smiling up.
But the boys said that you were part of the team right from day one. You're obviously an enjoyable experience with plenty of the experienced players.
Yeah, I'm always up laid back in the camp. You know, they made me feel welcome, and I couldn't thank them more for that.
All right, mate, well, all the best. Good luck for the next game you play for the Aussies, and we're off to Tim Gilbert.
Yeah, thanks. Well, we're joined by Benji Marshall, the Kiwis captain. Benji, not many points in it. At the end, you just can't make that many mistakes and win a test match.
Yeah, look, we gave ourselves every chance. We got back in that game. Just a little bit too much shot ball, but yeah, the boys hung in there, and there's a lot to look forward to, I suppose.
There's a lot of positives, isn't there? Because the defence was outstanding and so much potential.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's disappointing to lose, obviously, but at the end of the day, we hung in for each other, and just a couple of crucial errors at the end, they scored off. Yeah, you can't give a good side that much ball in good territory with especially Lockie and Thurston and team.
There was a bit more than rugby league about this game. Of course, we saw 250 people fly over from the devastated city of Christchurch, people coming down from the floods and the cyclones. Could you feel it as a player?
Yeah, look, it wasn't the best circumstance to have the game here, but we got good support at the end of the day, and it's sad what happened. It's just good to have those people here, and it's a shame we couldn't get the win for them.
No worries, Benji. Thank you. Benji Marshall, Ravi.
Thank you, Tim, and Benji Marshall, thank you as well. Well, it's man of the match time. Clean up with Keno, $1,000. Man of the match, Wally Lewis.
And our Keno $1,000 man of the match goes to Paul Gallen, the Australian lock. Well, Paul, it was a funny sort of game, that one, but obviously one that the Kangaroos had to work hard for.
Yeah, thanks, Wally. Yeah, it was. We worked really hard and probably made it a bit tough for ourselves at the back end of the first half with a few mistakes and not getting to our kick, but we ground them out and forced a few errors from them, and fortunately got, Billy ran a good try at the end there, and then we sort of had it after that.
What was the coach's message at half-time? Just to settle down, play a little bit safer?
Yeah, just complete our sets. That's out of our last 6 sets. We got 1 kick in, and that was his message. Just get back to completing the sets and getting our kick away, and we should be right. And that's probably what we did, and we got the points.
Well, congratulations, mate. Keno, $1,000 man of the match.
Thanks very much, Wally. Thanks, Keno.
And Paul Gallen, 33 hit-ups and 13 tackles. Tremendous work rate in an Australian victory, 20 points to 10.